Thank you. All right.
It wasn't
It
even
is
a,
now
yeah.
5:33, just, no, 5:31, according to Apple. So I'm going to start this evening's June 12th Town of Barnstable Land Acquisition and Preservation Committee. I'm going to start off with everybody introducing themselves, please. I am Farley
You have
Lewis.
to say the recording thing.
Yep, okay. And please note that this meeting is recorded and broadcast on Channel 18 in accordance with Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20. And I must inquire whether anyone is taping this meeting, and if so, please make their presence known. Not seeing no one, I will proceed with introductions. So Farley Lewis, Vice Chair.
Jenna Zeno, Administrative Assistant.
Ann Rowland, Centerville.
Liz Lewis, West Barnstable.
Town Council Liaison.
To it.
Kate Gulliver, Hyannis.
Alicia Messier, GIS Coordinator.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, so at this point, since we do have a quorum, I would like to, and I hope everyone has had the opportunity to review the minutes from last meeting. I would like to make a motion that we approve the meeting minutes. Second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous vote. Okay. So,
Should we go right to Alicia and take it out of order so she can go home?
yep, definitely, we can do that. And so if Alicia would like to do her presentation on the walking library.
It's a miniature presentation. I still feel like it's a work in progress. We've got
It's beautiful.
there's drafts everywhere. Per the request, there will be on your LAPC website, which I guess I will go to that. There will be a new spot in on the website on the right-hand side, something specific saying walking trails, and there will be individual named trails for each one, and each one will go to a map. This guide is also something that will be on there as well.
It's like an index.
Yeah, it's like an index, yes. So right now, the way that it's working with the website, and I'm still working with the website person, the filter isn't necessarily working in there. We were trying to embed it so it made it feel like you weren't leaving the town of Barnstable's website. But right now, everything that was, I think, requested that you wanted in here is in here. I added whether or not it was a loop walk or a linear walk. And as I said, this is a draft, so anything can change. I'm not attached to anything. So it's either a linear or a loop. And this is information that I had gotten from, I think Farley, I think you were the one who emailed this originally.
Yes.
So one of the other things that was requested, Chris had asked for address or addresses for parking. So I was still kind of working on this.
Yeah, I can understand because if it's
Some
on
of them-
town property.
Some of them are like, it's a 0 address. I kind of had to put stuff in parentheses, so it's kind of a hard, it's a hard directions with regards to a 0 address, unless they knew what it was. So again, this guide will be up there. All of this will be up there. It's supposed to be up before the 15th. So the website designer is currently working on it. I was just emailing him this afternoon. Each one of these is a link to one of your maps.
Oh, then one of your maps.
Or one of, well, it's your maps. So the way that these were designed with some of the stuff you guys had requested, you wanted to differentiate between the red trail, and you wanted the other trails kind of in gray in the background. for like miscellaneous, and one of the things we had talked about was, with the specialist, I wanted a way, because most of this trail was actually the red trail. So we ended up just having a label on there saying LAPC walking trail / CCP main trail. Because the main trail stays in red, so you can see, it's a combination. The language down here, if you want to change any of it, and again, it's on every single one of the maps, it was language that I kind of came up with, letting people know that this is not like the end-all be-all for the conservation area. This is I'm just giving you a general synopsis. This is a map that was created specific to the LAPC walking trail program, and that it's subject to change, and it's an aid, and it shouldn't, it can be interpreted by anybody. So it's like, it was just trying to get some language in there so it covered the town and you guys to some degree. So we also got the thumbs up for conservation putting it on their webpage. It's going to be its own click accordion type walking trails. So all of that.
So the only comment I would probably make about this is that it, just so that people don't become confused, or, if you look at the Cape Cod Pathways, the actual map of the entire town pathways, is that you have the red trail, you have the blue trail, and you have the green trail.
Yeah.
So, it would probably be useful for people who, are walking, to be able to say, okay, this is blazed in red, or this is blazed in blue, or, something where they would know that they're
So do you
going in the
wanna-
right direction.
Because we didn't want to put the green and the blue and or the red if it was specific, because it would get kind of
Okay,
confusing. Too many colors.
yeah.
And you have to think about if someone's printing this in black and white too. So we can put, because not everybody has color printers.
Right. Yeah, no,
Um,
just,
We can do writing on any of the trails. We can put something on there with regards to CCP, green or blue. Up to you. It's up to you. This is, as I said, it's a draft.
okay.
But all of these are up here for you to look at. And if you are not sold on the fuchsia pink, you can change that as well. That was the GIS specialist picked.
Yeah, well, I
pick that
mean,
color.
It stands out.
it's nice and strong, so.
Yeah.
What do you think, I'm sorry, I have a blank, Tracy.
Tracy, right.
What do you think, that's a Intuit Preserve, does that look right?
That's kind of the main loop.
There are variations on
Yeah,
that?
there's lots of variations on that.
But this was based off of your walking loop map.
The primary one, so.
Yep, that's the only thing we're putting on there are the primary loops that you guys had designed. If you have more, as I said, this is a library, so if you have more things that you want to add to it, we can definitely add more. There's no.
Yeah, there's nothing on the Mashpee side of the Santuit River on that.
Yeah, I think because we were doing the walk in Barnstable.
And then,
But we don't have to because it's co-owned, you're right.
yeah,
Well, this can be the Santuit Preserve primary walk, and then you can have Santuit Preserve A, B, C, D, like that. If you envision that it would, it could be helpful.
it would be nice. I mean, for instance, that upper bog, there's,
Do you need to go up there and point?
well, the Hollow Road goes
This
up,
one
you
here.
can see it right there. And to the north of that, there's another loop that goes around another abandoned bog up there that comes back to the Hollow Road, and that's all part of the original taking. And then as you go down the Hollow Road, there are a bunch of sub-trails that kind of cut back to the main loop here that are not, they're not maintained by the town at all, but they're nice. It's certainly nice to know about them because it's, it's good.
It'll get you back to your car.
it'll get you back to the main loop. Actually, this, let's see, this, you come in and you turn right, and then you kind of, it's a little corridor, then you're parallel.
Make sure you're not, put your pencil's not on the
Yeah,
screen.
it's a smart board, it'll,
In this, I want to see these kind of secondary trails describe what does go on in a way, yes.
so if that's another one that you want to add to the loop trail, all of these were all pre-existing
Yes.
LAPC walking trail maps.
Yes, and these are actually, this is in the woods. This comes down, and then the main trail turns left here, but you can go down to the water. And then this trail comes all the way back up here and hits the hollow road up here. You know, you can walk up there for 3 hours very easily if you feel like it. Not,
Well, if you have some ideas, if I can suggest, maybe call it Santuit Preserve 1, 2, 3, 4, or A, B, C, D, and maybe you can make an appointment with Alicia if
Yeah,
you,
we'd be more than happy to
and look
help
over her
whatever.
shoulder and show her what are variations that could be helpful to a naive walker.
Yeah.
This is for both
then-
residents and
And we can
visitors.
add to your loops as well, if that's something that you wanted to add to it.
Could be the intro.
Oh, yeah, this is
Intro.
like step one, and as I
Yeah.
said, there will be the ability to do the filtration of it. It's just not, it's not up there right now. This is me getting it up online for you guys right now, so.
Appreciate that.
I personally, I also
Get
think
to the microphone.
I also think it's fun for people to, when they get out there, to actually explore these trails themselves, So rather than signage everywhere and, you know, pushing people. The key is to get people out there and let them kind of discover these things. I think that's kind of, at least that's my take on it. I don't know.
Yeah. But I think what Chris had originally said to me with the loops are if people were, it's like an intro to exploring.
And I think that's
So
the
like
right
it's
idea,
it's
yeah.
if someone goes and they want to just do a quick, maybe they only have an hour. They wanted to see if there's an hour trail that they can, estimated hour, that they can do on one of the Barnstable properties, and they can pick one and say, all right, I can handle an hour, and then walk, and then it starts that.
Exploration.
That's a good way to go.
That was what, from our beginning conversations, what I gathered from it.
So that everyone knows, because I stuck my bugle in here, and the walking library has been on our wish list, I think, from the prior open space and recreation plan. I think that it was envisioned back then, it just didn't have traction, and we're very fortunate to have staff to, Jenna and Alicia, and their bosses who have empowered them to spend time doing this. Part of the reason for my little push on this is further on the agenda, you'll see there's a discussion of the proposed changes to the code for LAPC. And I was told that the first reading for this will be on June 15th. Now, at that time, it'll be an agenda item at the town council meeting, but no testimony or discussion is taken. That's just heads up, this is coming up for a vote at a time to be named. Now, the months of July and August, the town council meets only once a month. So the soonest it can be heard would be, I believe the next town council meeting date is July 20th. And that day, we would expect to, hopefully Ann will be over COVID, and make the presentation. We had our meeting with the town attorney, Karen Nober and Kate Connolly, who took Ann's suggestions and codified it, ran it by the town council president, and Councilor Rapp Grassetti and I would be co-sponsors, given that she was the liaison to this committee before I was elected. Then everything got shelved because of COVID, and we have time to revisit it. So my request to the GIS department, to Alicia, was that if our committee could see, since we meet once a month, if we could see this work, when Anne presents the changes to the town council, she will be able to say some of the action items that we've adopted from the from the open space and recreation plan is something like the walking library, and voila, it's happening. And here's a preview of it. It's going to be a continuous work in progress, so that's the vision. So that's why I asked Alicia if she was able and willing to show you this draft, so you have it, and it's going to be introduced, or the new language will be introduced this Thursday at the town council meeting. Like I said, no testimony, but be prepared to support that at the July 20th meeting. The hope is that everyone can make time to be there, assuming that the council president will indeed put it on that next meeting, the 20th. But we'll find out for sure on Thursday. So if you have any other suggestions to Alicia, she's been very receptive. You can reach out to her directly. Any other impressions that, Alicia, you can't show us right now to sort by village. Because
No, the filter isn't, it's, as I said, we're working on it. This was never something that was online, and I just got an email today. This was still not something you can get to. It hasn't been pushed out to,
Yeah,
so, it's, fresh.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why I said it would be healthy for this group to see it before it becomes official.
Yep, there
So-
will be an ability to do filter. The link to the map will be a name versus the PDF name. As I said, I've just been going back and forth with the web request person in email, not
Yeah, understood.
by the phone. So
I'm wondering if it would be helpful for those properties with zero addresses, and I know I've seen that when I've done a property search myself. If it might be more helpful for someone looking to find the place by GPS to say it's across the street from
Yeah.
a real address.
Yeah.
yeah, I did do. I mean, that's one of the things where I tried to put the lot set I was trying to put little blips in there, and if you guys want to change anything, so this is the Coast Guard Heritage Museum left parking lot. I was assuming that
Great.
or something specific. One of them was between two. Oh, and I put in Sandy Neck Beach. You guys had some language in there over here, but it's, I did, and whether or not this is true, Sandy Neck Beach, fee Memorial Day through Labor Day, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., no charge after 5. For the parking.
Would you be able to show me the Crooked Cartway map?
Yeah.
Thanks.
So this one is not a loop, this one's a line. You guys had two different ones, and I wasn't sure which one it was that you wanted. This one was the one that was called Crooked Cartway Trail.
Yes, okay.
They're both the same parking space, but there is one that is a loop that goes this way, so
Yeah,
this is the linear
I
one.
I would not use that one.
Okay.
I would use the loop
Okay.
if you can.
I have gotten lost in that park, in that conservation area.
Yeah. Okay, that's good.
And I think originally you guys had requested just for a couple of them, but I figured that we would try to just put all of them up there.
Great.
This was the Bridge Creek one. any markups or any changes you want to make to it. This is not my, my favorite one. This is,
Yeah, that's,
It's a little, that's,
I think it still needs more work.
yeah. I mean, you certainly can get to it from these two access points, but
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a place where you could park.
Okay.
So I would stick with that.
That one parking or?
Yeah, that one parking area and that one.
Okay, so list both of those?
Yep.
Okay.
Chris, look.
oh, no. And which one is Hinckley Lane? Is that,
Oh, I think that's, might be, is it right
yeah, there's no place for parking
there?
there.
Park.
So,
Well, this one I think is, I think this is the Hinckley Lane one.
yes.
Well, that's the,
Is it?
That's the
Standard.
Jenkins lot, that's,
that's the word, I mean, that's the only parking.
there,
on
yeah,
Plant
the
Church
Jenkins
Street
lot
there.
right there.
Did you want to put in, any of your lists estimated parking? Like 2 parking spaces, 3 parking, I mean estimated, because some of them are just dirt.
Mhm.
Like,
Areas.
yeah, most of them aren't.
40 cars in a
Yeah.
2 parking plot, his lot, yeah.
That's a good idea, but we haven't done, I don't think
Yeah,
we'd have to
haven't.
drive around and get
Kind of
that.
like estimate,
Yeah,
like
eyeball it.
2 cars,
We can do that. There's not that many to
Yeah.
drive around.
just
in.
in case there's like a group of people that are interested. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think-
thinking out loud.
No, like on a beautiful fall day and all of a sudden, it's supposed to
I
be
know,
parking,
so-
but there's only spots.
Yeah,
for two.
everybody takes their own vehicle and there's 10 vehicles rolling up.
Yeah, there is a parking restriction at the fire station there that, you know, you can, there are certain spaces that
That
are
are okay.
available for walkers, but you can't use up every last square inch there.
But I think putting something in there, just with regards to information associated
Sure.
with, is probably
That's a good
worthwhile.
idea.
Yep. Okay, well, so when,
I'm wondering if it might be wise to take these sections out.
Yeah, that's what she was just saying. I have it written down. I'm gonna delete them.
Okay.
We'll get them out of
Otherwise,
there.
they'll get confusing.
Yes.
Because it does look like a point of entry, and it's really just overgrown. I know you can't drive through it, or put,
Put feet on the ground there.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, and it is the residential area there, it really only fits me. And this, I'm familiar with that area, but it looks inviting by this map
Yeah.
to
Walk that.
walk.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
And so this section right here does still go to the railroad tracks,
Yep.
but I think, not sure whether that's,
You want to cut that? That little.
they've modified this trail somewhat,
Yeah.
so, I would, I don't know, does anybody know that this upper loop, I think it's gone.
I haven't been there to know that for sure,
Yeah.
but I would also suggest that you take that out.
Okay.
because
Take
I
the
know-
top.
I know it's a big deal with the railroad company that it's trespassing, and
Yeah.
somebody in Wareham just died.
Yeah.
Right.
Crossing the tracks. I don't think we want to invite the public to be, to end up at the tracks. and then
What
they'll
liability
be
insurance is for?
enticed to walk.
Isn't that what liability
Yeah.
insurance?
So,
Actually, I learned something. I spent some time with, there's a, not directly related, but I spent some time with the good folks who run the train station, the
Oh, yeah.
Cape Cod chapter of the National Historic Railway Association or something like that,
So this-
Society. And they
Let's see what
said
this
that
one-
that they were
I think
telling
you had emailed
stories
something
on
about
how
taking
people
this.
have gotten hurt on the road,
So I
I mean,
wasn't-
on
I
the
wanted to
tracks.
make sure when I
And
was
someone
person-
standing near the tracks actually got sucked in and under the
Oh,
train
the-
because they
the
go so
air.
fast,
Yeah.
it makes a vortex.
Yeah, like it just
And
sucks
even though
in.
you were off the tracks,
Yeah.
they're close enough to get swooped
Right.
into and dragged underneath the track.
Didn't something just happen with the trash train?
I know there was an accident in Wareham where
Yeah.
somebody died. I didn't know
Yeah.
which, had to be the trash train.
Yeah.
Going across railroad.
Somebody, oh, somebody like went, like they fell, they were on the tracks and then they fell into the water and somebody tried to save
There's a
them.
different way to get to it.
Yeah, so you might,
Take that microphone with you.
because it's not
Well, if I can send all of these to you guys and you can, you can mark them up and.
Yes, I know.
And I am completely fine with as
I know
many
you're
markups.
not clairvoyant.
It's however it is you need it to reflect for your
Yeah.
public walking trails.
Okay.
But if that's the policy that you as a group have as no more railroad crossing,
Yep,
then we can have that as a no railroad crossing.
okay. So how soon do you think we could have access to these, everybody to be able to review them?
I can email you the PDFs individually, so you don't have to download them. I was hopeful that this was going to be up by the meeting, so you guys could just, enjoy from the comforts of your home and just click on them. But that has not happened yet.
Okay.
So,
Perhaps then when you are able to send out PDFs, you could just send them out to everybody?
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
And that would be great, and then
Yeah.
everybody could respond to
yeah.
what's going on with them? Okay, great. Excellent,
So
thank you.
I think I missed one of the other meetings. You guys were going to be talking about it, and I didn't really get the feedback, so that's why there's still drafts. And again, if you guys can take a look at the language that's on the maps,
Okay,
and if there's anything that you want on there that's not currently on there, if there's a description or anything that you want listed, just let me know,
okay.
and we can add it to it.
The only, in terms of language, the only thing I might possibly consider would be to, instead of saying linear, you could just say out and back. you
Okay,
know,
it's whatever, that's what I said, I am not tied to it, out and back is fine.
Out and back.
Do you think there should be two categories, loop walks and,
And, yeah.
And
out
back and forth?
Yeah, I have the two categories, it's just
Yeah,
in, I'm just,
yeah. Got it.
it's a line, it's linear.
yeah, right.
So
Exactly.
my mind has a different way of thinking. So it's loop and we'll do out and back.
Okay.
Or you guys can decide on something else and have a conversation about it. It's whatever you want.
All right, all right, thank you.
But as soon as I have confirmation and I know that it works, I will send you saying that it's up on your website.
You've done a great job.
Yes, yeah.
I'm sorry it took so long.
No, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But even anticipating some of the explanations, like across the street from the Unitarian Church, that's all you. Appreciate that you're trying to communicate to some naive potential walker what they need to know.
Yeah, thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm here to help you guys. Is there any orders, since we don't have currently the filter on there, but is there a specific order that you potentially would want this sorted in? Since we don't have the filter on currently? Like, would you want it sorted based on difficulty, based on village, time, any of those? Or do you want to just keep it the way that it is right now? I figured I would ask.
What do you think, Tracy?
I think it's fine just the way it is.
Okay. All right.
But it does look like, if you're going to look through it, like you're you'd be shopping, you would expect that it to have some kind of order, to start with. Maybe, I might suggest maybe degree of
Go from
difficulty.
easy to moderate or moderate to difficult or?
Yeah, so it's not so random.
Okay.
I mean, I'm envisioning when this is going to be 20 pages long, you know, and you want to,
Yes, it will eventually, I feel like it will grow as you create more loops for people. So, I was waiting for the half-hour loops.
I don't think we have
There
any.
are no half-hour loops, that's like a quick lunch break.
You know what? That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Express route.
Yeah, because sometimes it takes people a little bit of time just to get there. Let's just say they
Yeah.
had an hour lunch
Yeah.
break,
That's a good point.
quick half-hour mental.
Like,
Yeah.
one of
Mental
those trails
break.
around the college or something.
Mm. Mhm.
Yeah, there's lots of little walks in town
Mm.
that aren't, those are the longer walks there.
Because these are harvested from our past walking weekends,
Yeah.
so they weren't envisioned to be a quickie. But that's a good point. We should probably go out and explore a few options.
Half-hour walks.
That's all your assignments.
It's a good idea, really.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need anything else from me?
Probably not right now.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I don't think so, but thank you
very
so
much.
very much. Yeah.
I will get all those corrections and hopefully they'll be fixed before the 15th.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks. All right. Okay, well, let's see, moving along. I just wanted to make mention of Kelly Barber. We all know her as the Barnstable Land Trust Director of Land Stewardship, and she was recently named as a Massachusetts Nonprofit Network Excellence Award finalist. She was one of only 2 representatives from the Cape to receive this recognition for excellence in creative, innovative, and effective work being done throughout the Commonwealth. Massachusetts Nonprofit Network received over 130 statewide nominations from many different nonprofit sectors, but Barnstable Land Trust is the only environmental nonprofit organization represented among the 30 finalists. Ultimately, Kelly did not win the award, but was recognized with other nominees at a ceremony held in the Great Hall of the Massachusetts State House on June 6th. She is the recipient also of a under 40 award given by Cape and Plymouth Business. Kelly, at age 33, leads the day-to-day operations and management of the growing portfolio of BLT's 120-plus properties and 46-plus conservation restrictions covering over 1,100 acres of protected space in Barnstable. In addition to building and expanding a year-round team of volunteer land stewards and heading community-based efforts like beach cleanups and trail projects, Kelly also serves in the volunteer leadership roles with AmeriCorps Cape Cod, the Community Preservation Committee for the Town of Harwich, and on the Massachusetts Land Trust Coalition, MLTC, Early Conservation Career Network Committee. So she is a busy girl, but I must say she has always been a great friend to LAPC and very helpful with coordinating pathways, meetings, and et cetera, et cetera. So she is definitely on the rise, and I congratulate her for all that she does.
Perhaps our committee can send a letter congratulating her for that.
Yeah, okay.
Somebody needs to make a motion.
So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Yep,
All in favor?
favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ann can write it.
Yep.
Yep.
She's great at it.
Yeah.
I am.
Oh, well, yeah, I was thinking Ann
All
Yeah,
right.
no, it's, yeah, no, I know. You she might be watching.
Okay, let's see, these are all notes from Ann's. So the committee membership status, she's urging all members to hang in there while we work through our name change with town council. Some of you are up for renewal, and I hope everyone will renew, at least until we are able to accomplish this effort. And going on to, the outstanding conservation restrictions. The Bowles Commerce Field is coming up before Town Council this Thursday. This will be just a first read. Appropriations have been approved. The CRs have not yet been approved. Closing is June 29th, and sent a letter to Council President Levesque recommending acceptance of the 3 Bowles CRs. Harju, Amaral, and Prince Avenue, sounds like a legal firm, are still at the state because there are no grants or tax credits associated with these CRs. They remain low on the list of the 200-plus CRs in backlog. Apparently, the new administration is better staffed and more fully staffed, but may not be familiar with land use conservation restrictions. Some land trust organizations are meeting on June 21st with members of the state to discuss. Anne has urged our legal department to see about getting invited. The Katuitt CR was approved by town council at their last meeting, and I am unsure what the status is with the state. Okay, so let's see, the tracking chart. Not sure where this is, held up in legal somewhere. Does anyone have a thought as to where it should reside? Town council administrator?
Perhaps. Yeah, there was a discussion at the legal department about it.
Okay,
Unresolved, but
okay. All right. So the proposed name change, which I think you've already discussed, Chris.
I believe everyone got a copy,
Yeah.
and this is ready to go unless there's some other issue that someone sees, but this has been vetted.
Wasn't this like the first reading or something?
It will be, yes,
Yeah.
but this was started 4 years ago, and the legal department has combed over it, and it looks like it's ready to go, so,
Good, great.
just so that there are no surprises, but I would hope that this committee can be present when it comes up for a vote.
In July.
I believe it's
Yeah.
the July meeting,
July
Okay.
town council meeting.
yes.
Thank you. Okay. The Pathways Loop Trail, this is a new connection to the existing Red Trail that Lev Malikoff has been instrumental in pushing forward and creating, and it's can be found over by the Cape Cod Community College, and I guess it's all under the auspices of the New England Mountain Biking Association. So if you want to find the trail, I mean, I have a copy of it, of the map here, although I don't think it's totally complete. But it's been signed and so forth, so it's pretty easy to follow. But it may be available on the NIMBA website. I haven't checked to see. So anyway, walking weekend. We had BLT hosted a walk that was extremely well attended. In fact, I think they were turning people away. So then Lisa and I both did separate walks, and I had, I think, about 5 or 6 people altogether. And Lisa, by that time, I think we had reached the bottom of our hiking well, and there were only like, I think, 2 people that showed up for her walk on Sunday. So I think we need to discuss in the future as to whether we want to really focus on a spring walking weekend or just keep all our energies going towards the fall version. But I think, Lisa's comment was that, no matter how you tried to publicize this, it seems like most people were getting their information online. So, putting something up on the community bulletin board didn't necessarily have that much of an impact on people. Everybody was, how did you find out about it? Online, so that seemed to be the.
Yeah, I think we also talked about best bets.
Oh, best bets, yeah,
Yeah.
with the newspaper.
With the
Yeah,
newspaper.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a good one. So,
But, I mean, if you feel the fall has a better turnout.
it has, traditionally, and, it just seems like spring is the time where people are out gardening and getting ready, getting their boats ready and going to graduations and weddings and, all
Well,
kinds of.
also, if you're competing on the same days with Barnstable Land Trust, I mean, they send out their information to all everybody that
Members.
subscribes to their.
Right, well,
newsletter, so.
yeah, we were in cahoots with them, for this week, for that past weekend that we did. They'd like to dovetail with us, and Sue Sullivan gets in touch and says, what are your plans for the spring walking weekend, and, so
Brochures had both.
Yeah, I don't mean competition, but I mean, it's better advertised because they have a huge mailing list.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, I mean, they're obviously a big sell, so that's good. And I think, too, I know that the person who led the walk this spring for BLT was somebody who could also, give you a full explanation of what's going on out here, why, what things are blooming, what things are,
More of a naturalist.
Yeah, definitely. It had a much stronger background in just being somebody who likes to lead walks with, people and explaining things as they go along, so, yeah. Oh. Anyway, that's that, and I guess CPC didn't meet last month, so I have nothing further to add, and then, Tracy, do you have anything you want to talk about as far as the Sunshine Reserve?
Not really. It was busy during the herring run. There were a lot of people there. That's about it. There's a couple of trees down, still have to get dealt with. But other than that, it's quiet out there.
Just the ticks.
Well, yeah. Just the ticks. They're quiet too. Yeah.
Okay. All right, and I don't think there's anything about open space and recreation plan that we know of.
I would say that we're executing the action items, at least through the walking library, one of the action items for the open space plan. So I don't think there's any new update for that.
Okay.
I know that for those who were chosen to be on the local comprehensive planning committee, they have made references to the all our existing plans, but open space and recreation has been referenced in some of the work that they've been doing, so.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have anything else to
I
report?
don't, other than that this is exciting to me that this will go before the town council and whoever is your counselor make your case for making, how do I want to say, encouraging your counselor to vote for this. And
Okay.
it's not clear to me. Hold on. It's not clear to me if it's a simple majority or a two-thirds vote, but my guess is that it's a simple majority, because I think the two-thirds vote is usually a zoning change.
Do you think anybody'd have any objection to the name change?
I hope not.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else have anything to discuss? Any topic not reasonably anticipated by the chair? No? All right. Well, I'm going to move to adjourn then. Second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Usually Phyllis's job.